All right, looks like we are live. Let me just double check. I did not think to pull up my usual double checking screen before starting. There we go, we've got an ad. Love it. It's like a whole quarter of a cent. Fantastic. All right. Well, we are back. We are somewhere on streaks. We're doing an official world. We are at 21 right now. Somewhat decent streak. Christopher likes saying double trouble live. We are indeed live. I don't know what the double trouble is, but we are live. I'm immediately feeling Russia with this. I don't know what others think here. That's just, immediate vibes. And is this going to be... Yeah, there we go. That's Cyrillic, so that plays into the vibes. So, good way to start off. Let's go meet this car. Check out their plate. Except they seem to be going the exact same speed as us. Cat's in the chat saying hi all. Hello, cats. Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, there's no catching up to that car. Alright. We're gonna have to do the big zoom. It's not really big zooming that much. Ooh. This is good. That's a Russian plate. I am very decently confident that that's a Russian plate. I don't see the Ukrainian markings on there. I don't think it's Kazakh either. It makes the most sense. Oh, we're getting close to this one finally. So let's try to get a look at the plate. I feel fairly, 100%, that's a Russian plate. Anybody disagree with that? I feel like we're pretty good there. Love when it's just clear as day. 2019, so pre-war. Yep, Cat saying send Russia, let's send Russia. Sleem saying hey. What is up, Sleems? Awesome, got Russia. Yep, Christopher likes saying Russia. This is interesting. I think this is maybe Brazil. We're gonna see something in 2 seconds that makes me look like an idiot, but that is a Mercosur plate right here. So I think... Oh, there we go, Seoul. I think I might be right. The dirt looks correct. We just need to see some Portuguese. I'm so confident now in this being Brazil. Okay. That's Portuguese. Yeah, that's a different word in Spanish. Sleem's saying low cam, interesting. I didn't even catch that. These are definitely Mercosur plates. So we have to... I have a thought. 4-4. 4-4 is South America. Okay, yeah, this is Portuguese. This is Portuguese, 100%. Yeah, Sleem saying gotta be Brazil, right? I was thinking for a second with the low cam, what if it's Paraguay? Because I think they've started mapping Paraguay. And it would... Mercosur plates make sense. There was another thing that made me think maybe it could be Paraguay. I think it's because... Oh, 4-4 is the UK's number, dialing code. So that's not a country code. Let's do Brazil. Awesome. Very close. I was not super off base with Paraguay. And actually, it looks like this is disputed. So, according to a Paraguayan, that was a pretty big brain move. Yeah, exactly. So, send London. Sammy Marco saying, Guten Abend, alle. Guten Abend, Sammy Marco. Just watched your Play Airlines video. A little Iceland trip recap. Ooh. I was gonna say, you might be our expert here for this. Yeah, here we go. People are saying Greenland. Yeah, okay. Everyone's saying Greenland. Let's do it. Denmark, love it. Prepare for takeoff saying hi there. Hello, prepare for takeoff. And prepare for takeoff also saying Greenland. You will just kind of smash that one. I was thinking, Greenland, Iceland, Faroes, but I don't know how you all were just like, clearly Greenland. I don't know what I missed, but this is looking Central European. I guess we follow the nice trees. Oop. Let's check this out. Just funsies. EU plate. Who saw that coming? Okay. Nothing of note. Oh, wait. Slim saying Bollard. I don't see it. Back here? Slims, what do these bollards tell you? What's it? Christopher Lexington, Sammy, your 29 bus video was interesting. Was that the, yeah, Sammy Marco saying, is that the one from today? Yeah, the, was it bus route in the densely populated area? Did not check that one out yet, but did see the Play Airlines one. I'm not going to take a shot at that. That's, okay. Slim saying Czech or Slovak, very distinct bollard. That would make sense. Now we just got to figure out which one. Okay. Sammy Marco saying the Friendship Heights Village shuttle was the main part. I didn't know there was a Friendship Heights Village shuttle. I didn't know Friendship Heights was considered a village. That whole county is just confusing to me. Yeah, Kat saying, I agree, Czech or Slovak. Slim saying they have the same bollard, so can't narrow any further. Would make sense that they have the same bollard, given they were the same country for a while. Ooh. This is a rough one. We don't really have anything else to go off of here. It could very much be either of them. Unless one of us has learned Czech or Slovak in the last week, there's nothing we can really pick up here. I feel like that'd be a good thing to... Oh, here we go. Nah, this isn't as fruitful as I thought it would be. Yeah, Slim saying can't say I have. Yeah, figured as much. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do. Just start learning very basic words in the various Central European languages. The ones that don't immediately stand out. Like, there's no need to learn what any Hungarian words, because it's, you see Hungarian and you're like, that's Hungarian. Same with Polish. There's no real, it's just like, well, clearly that's Polish. There's a bunch of K's and W's and Z's. And then some vowels sprinkled in between. Don't need to know the words. But, you know, neplati, like that, I can't discern. Sammy Marco said Montgomery County has a lot of smaller, unofficial incorporated towns within it. Gotcha. Yeah, I lived in Bethesda and I had no idea what it was, like, status-wise, as a municipality. Amazing, Christopher. Like, people are just dying to get in that cemetery. It's a real knee slapper. Slim saying I haven't learned to read Cyrillic yet, so it's not super hard. I feel like I learned it and then it's atrophied. I've completely unlearned it, and I'm gonna need it in how many days? When, like 13 days? I guess 14 days if you count for the actual flight, which is terrifying. It's a massive undertaking so soon. But YOLO. Oh, good point, cats. Okay, yeah, so this map we won't get any unofficial ones like the Madagascar cows and the boat in Bangladesh. I did not put that together. We'll make sure that we don't do that. Yeah, this wouldn't be some ambassador's residence. This is Slovakia. Yeah, it's Slovakia. But yeah, let's if we can't carry this to some insane streak, then we'll restart on a different map so that we do get the wacky trekker ones. Yeah, Sleep saying, yeah, tried but gave up. I lost it on the trying to learn the words. The alphabet was fine. It was the words are just so complicated. This is Portuguese. And probably not Portugal. Which means we're probably in Brazil. But Sammy Marco saying I can kind of read Cyrillic. I remember you saying that before. I think you've pointed out the Ukrainian-only letter to us before. And Kat saying, I realize I might want to learn Russian before you go to the stands in August. Yeah, that was my thinking as well, and then I just stopped doing it. Because I got, in my defense, the move took up a lot of my mental capacity. Yeah, Slim saying Brazil, I guess. Does anyone object to that? Sammy Marco asking, when do you get back from Central Asia? It's a 10-day trip, the 5th to the 15th. So I think, looking over at the, looking at the stream calendar, rather than canceling 2 streams in a row, it's the first one's canceled, so the 6th is canceled, and then the one that would be for the 13th is just moved to the 16th. Because I know last week I said it was 2 in a row that were canceled, but we can just not do that and only cancel 1. I feel like that's like, oh no, it's on a Wednesday. It's better than just not doing it. But I see nobody objects to Brazil, so let's do it. Love it. Minas Gerais. I'm for sure saying that wrong. But yeah, I feel like I've retained so little Russian. That's the problem. We'll see what happens. Sammy Marcos in on the 16th. I'll probably know if I'm going to Virginia Tech or not. Dude, that's insane. Congrats. No, sorry, not congrats. Good luck. That's what I meant to say. Good luck. Fingers crossed for you. Fingers and toes crossed for you. I'm sure everyone else also crossed your fingers and toes for Sammy Marco for getting into Virginia Tech. French. Yeah, exactly, Sleems. Europe, my favorite. Gotta love Europe, and these are they look like French signs. Or Luxembourgish? Sleem saying bollard. Here are the bollards for you. Let me get the other side of them as well. Yep, that's it. I don't know if that's saying anything to you, Sleems, but I'm kind of feeling Luxembourg here. I feel very confident in it, actually. Maybe I shouldn't. This could be anywhere in Europe. But it just, you know, when it just says it, you're just like, this has to be Luxembourg. Had a really solid one during the week. Or since our last stream, I was doing the GeoGuessr Battle Royale mode, where it's basically just streaks, but you're playing with a bunch of other people and competing against them. Spawned in, did the 360, and was like, yes, clearly Luxembourg, and got it. And I felt like such a genius. Slim's saying that's not French. It feels like it is, but I'm not a French speaker. So, okay, the baller, that makes more sense. Thank you. I think that's I like the Luxembourg theory. Ringo, Tadler. This says Tudermillen. Yeah, Christopher likes saying, is that German? That is for sure. W Dig popping in for a second, but we'll come back after I eat. Good to see you in here anyway for now, W Dig. Okay, Slim's saying the baller does work for Germany. Oh man, is my Luxembourg theory off? Let's go to these towns. They're only 2 kilometers away. Oh, that's a Luxembourg plate. It's yellow. Luxembourg plates are yellow. That is German. That is very German. Yeah, and Slim saying, I think Lux uses similar bollards. Yep, Slim saying send it. W Dig saying, I think this is Lux. Christopher Lex saying Lux. Let's do it. See, Megamind. Megamind. It's the vibes. We're at the point where we don't even need reasoning. We've been doing this for so long that it's just like, this looks like Luxembourg. It's that big brain we're getting. This is Turkey. This is Turkish. Slim saying, look for the town on the map. Too late. Sorry. Anyone objected? Yep, Slim saying sure is. Turkish Road. Let's do it. Love it. Christopher Like asking, has anyone else tried my capital cities map? I pulled it up earlier and I was going to take another run at it, but then I saw that it just says like Ewannnawe score 25,000, and I was like, I'm just competing against myself who already has a perfect score. So I'm waiting for others to take a crack at it, and then I'm going to go at it again. I think this says Cheetah. I think. I'm actually confident that that's correct. So let's look around. I think this might be Kazakhstan. That might be the stretch just off that. Yep, Semi Marco saying Cheetah is right. Love it. Let's go. Ready for Central Asia. Slim saying Christopher like, gotcha. Yeah. Haven't tried it yet, but will for sure. So what's going on here? Not helpful. This is the really cool thing, and that none of the letters, none of the writing will be helpful. We gotta look at these plates. Could be, this might be Far Eastern Russia. So we've got left-hand drive, Chinese characters. These are maybe Russian plates. I can't see for sure. I know that says ear. Don't know the rest of it. Yeah, exactly, Christopher. Like, the addition of Kazakhstan has thrown a wrench in the works. I don't think this is Kazakhstan. Actually, you know how we can tell if it is? Copyright year. Oh, Sammy Marcos. Okay, Sammy Marcos saying it's Irkutsk. I'm gonna stop. Sammy Marco, do you happen to know where the place that you just wrote the name of is located? Okay, let's keep going. I am set on us being in the far east of Russia. Oh, okay, coldest city in the world. So we're up then. I don't know exactly where it is. I don't know where it is at all. I will need some guidance here. Man, Russia is so big. Okay, Irkutsk. Thank you. Okay, Christopher likes saying in the middle of Siberia. All right, so instead of me trying to find it, are we just good with Russia? And then we'll see where it is afterward? I think we're good. Oh, wait, I want to see that car. I want to see... Yep, Semi Marco's saying it's Russia. I just want to see if I was right about the left-hand drive thing. Oh, no, it's a truck. It'll be different. All right. Yep. Ooh. That is a lot closer to Mongolia than I was thinking. At least for the coldest city in the world. But we got it. No big deal. And now sun's to the south. This is likely North America. Alaska Railroad service to Grandview and Spencer Glacier. Anyone thinking this isn't Alaska? Could be the Yukon. Never know. Yeah, Kat saying this looks nice. It does look nice. Looks pretty. But I think, yeah, okay, we're in the Kenai Peninsula. I assume no objections. Nice. We love it. That's surprisingly close to Anchorage for how remote it looked. Maybe it's just the scale. I mean, that's... I don't know. How big is that? If we take that and move it somewhere else, that's... Oh, I've zoomed out. I've immediately messed up the scale that I was making with my fingers. So it's like a half Seattle to Vancouver. That's cool. Also, Thailand. I assume this is the royal flag. We always see it next to the Thai flag on every other block in Thailand. Yep, Kat saying Thailand. Another Thai flag over here. Anyone object to that? Boom. Think we are good. Let's do it. Nice. Killing it. Is it Turkey again? Yeah, this is Turkey. It's Turkish. There we go. Turkish flag, Turkish writing, Turkish vibes. We are almost certainly in Turkey. Did you all see, what was it, Istanbul's mayor was going to run for president, and then he was arrested yesterday for something. I was reading the article kind of in passing, but yeah. Christopher likes saying Turkish babushka. Let's do it. Love it. Interesting. I feel like naturally I'm leaning Brazil, but it could be also maybe Colombia. I feel like that's not too much of a stretch. Nope, never mind. This is not Portuguese or Spanish. Well, that was a great moment. So, with that, what script is this? Let's look at Thai. Could be. Maybe. I don't think it's not Laotian. I think it's Cambodian. No, that's Thai. That's almost definitely Thai. Sammy Marco saying I'm outside walking the dog right now. Love it. Multitasking. Watching the stream, walking the dog. You gotta do that sometimes. Christopher likes saying maybe Indonesia. I feel like we wouldn't have this script in Indonesia, though. I feel like it has to be Thailand. Yeah, Katz is saying Thailand. Ooh. Is there anything this way? Just more what I assume is Thai? I think we go for it. Yeah. Love it. Okay. That was a sketchy round, but we're good. We're back. We've got a billboard here with basically nothing on it. We love that. Kilometers, so we're not in the United States, Liberia, or Myanmar. That's exciting. We've really narrowed it down. But as for the other roughly 200 countries, I'm not sure. So we've got this person on a bike, hanging out. Nothing about the bike sticks out to me at all. And what about this van? Same thing, right-hand drive. Again, doesn't really narrow things down. There we go, Directo. That's helpful. What does it say on this truck? The truck's going. All right. Keep moving. It's white plates. What's this sign here? San Jose Roman. Diversiones. So, Spanish-speaking country. Not Spain. So, from there, I guess possibilities are Panama, Mexico. I don't know if anyone else has thoughts. Christopher Lexon first thought is Costa Rica. That's a good one. Is Costa Rica covered yet? Why is this in English? Made for the modern trail. Why is it in English? Could this be Puerto Rico? What? That's super weird. Let's look at these ones. Yeah, hotel. So okay. The currency is Q'd. Slim's asking car. We've got silver with a roof rack. This is a political ad. Cat's thinking Guatemala. Maybe Q might mean Quetzal. Slim's saying Guatemala or DR. Okay, I wasn't sure if it did say Guatemala. I wasn't 100% sure if that's what that says. But people seem to be... Okay. Cat saying it said Guatemala. Christopher Legg saying it too. Let's do Guatemala then. Nice. Good eye, everybody. I was fairly sure I saw it, but I wasn't 100% sure that's what it was. Okay. English. This is the Philippines. Oh, wait. Katz is saying Kenya. Yeah, you're right. This is not the Philippines. This, for some reason, looks like the Philippines to me. But, yeah. Okay, it did say Kenya on the store. That's helpful. Pretend I didn't say anything. Yep, there we go. Kenyan tilapia. Whoops. Anyone object to Kenya? Pretty sure these are Kenyan plates as well. Let's do some driving here. Nice and tired, as always. Harambe. Bura. Or Buru Boda operators. Yeah, I think we're fine. Let's do Kenya. Nice. In Nairobi. Interesting. We've got the Thor here. Cat saying the Kenyan buses, forgot what they're called. Are they not just called buses? Also with the Thor, and I mean with the landscape too, we pretty much have to be in Iceland or the Faroes. Which is always a super fun one to try to figure out. I don't know where to even start with determining which one we're in. Okay. Cat saying I looked it up, they're called Matatu. How come they're called Matatu? What's the thing? There. Slim's asking for car. I do not see one. It's just blank. Yeah, we're not getting a car. Apologies. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying definitely not Reykjavik. Completely agree. Christopher like saying, have you ever watched the Life with David channel? That guy travels all over Colombia. Very fascinating. Dude walks in the streets. I've seen the one, the guy, he has his camera out in Colombia and he's like, watch, I'm going to do this. Everyone's going to tell me to put it away because it's going to get stolen. And then he's like, look, I don't get robbed. Is that the guy? Come on. Come on. There we go. I thought for a minute we were trapped down there. Sammy Marco, yeah, saying Icelandic and Faroese are very similar. Yeah, that's the issue. Slim saying maybe Norway, but I don't think Norway has the Thor letter. So I think it has to be either Iceland or the Faroes. Okay, and Christopher likes saying yes. You know, I don't actually watch the travel YouTube content that much, honestly. I usually just watch the news because I feel like I get FOMO if I watch travel YouTube content. Slim's saying this is not Faroes. Okay, awesome. This settlement seems too big to be the Faroes at this point. Got a building what Slim's saying. Yeah, exactly. Sammy Marco. Ewan makes his own travel YouTube content. It is funny. It's like I can't remember who I hate it. This is so annoying. It was some sports player who's like, no, I hate the sport I play. It might have been hockey. I don't remember what it was. He's maybe football. He was like, I hate it. It's so boring. It's so stupid. I just play it. No, it was a goalkeeper, I think. He was like, no, I don't watch the sport. I just play it. I thought that was hilarious. But no, yeah, it's it's FOMO, so I'm just like, Ugh. Slim saying Iceland doesn't look like this. Interesting. So there's some contention. I feel like this is what Iceland looks like, but if you are sure, then we will do further digging once we get out of there. Here we go. Checking Iceland first because it's smaller. Oh, Katsing Faroes. Torshavn. Yep, there's Torshavn. Where are the other ones? Just to be sure, so we're far from Torshavn on the 10. So which one is the 10? Here's the 10, it becomes the 50. That's confusing. Yeah, Miyoto saying Torshavn's Faroe Islands. Yeah, Slim saying gets the updated it. Okay, Kat saying Kat has found the other one. Alright. Oh, I forget the Faroes are Danish. It's a weird one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Sam Marco saying it's called, so that means Thor's Port, not part. Amazing reading comprehension there. Slim saying usually Faroes has roof racks. Yeah, it was weird. We just couldn't see the car. I don't think this is Thai. This is maybe Laotian or Cambodian. I think Cambodian maybe. Where's Laos? Yeah, this isn't Laotian. It's not Thai. I think this is Cambodian. I feel like we usually, whenever we get Cambodia, it's usually 5 minutes of, oh, is this Cambodia? Is it Thailand or is it Laos? And then we see a Cambodian People's Party sign and we're like, oh, okay, that was easy. Let's look around. Sammy Marcos saying, crazy how people can read that. Yeah, they say the same about our letters. Yeah, language is a fun one. Gotta love it. And we're just in a maze. It's a labyrinth of dirt road in what I'm fairly confident is Cambodia. Okay, we have to go this way. Okay, Miyoto's saying Slim's Gen 3 was filmed with a roof rack, but Gen 4 was taken with a blurred black truck. See, that's the wild information. That is... Oh, here we go. Is that Thai? Yeah. That's the Thai flag. Yep, Miyoto's saying Thai flag. It just looked messed up, so I had to double check where the colors are supposed to be. Yeah, Christopher likes saying, I feel like I'm reading kids scribbling every time I see it. I genuinely felt confident that looked more like Cambodian. I'm never as confident in the Southeast Asia scripts as I was that time. But, okay, Miyoto's saying language didn't dip down enough for Cambodia. Gotcha. Alright, let's do Thailand. Love it. Like 5th Thailand of the night. MP Billiard House. Yeah, Miyoto's saying Cambodian has some letters that dip low for some reason. Gotcha. I did notice a few of them on that sign were dipping low, and that's kind of what had me. But I don't know. So these are the Pan-African colors right here. It actually just says reggae. That's all that is. That's me completely overthinking it. For rent, let's look over here. Not super helpful, just a cigarette ad. Ricardo Trapsey Street. I'm not going to try the other one. Cream line. But Christopher likes saying Kenya. Miyoto saying Philippines currency was Filipino pesos. Didn't even see that, but yeah, here's Tagalog here, and yep, Philippine pesos. Anyone object to the Philippines? Yep, Cat saying Philippines. Let's do it. Love it. We're flying. Ooh. Interesting. Let's take a look at this sign. Puente Paliutla. Alright, well, let's try to cross the bridge. Gotta click each time, which is so fun. The clicking ahead was just sending me backwards and then forward and then backward and then forward, and I love it. So, you know what? I'm going to take a second before I say something stupid because I have two conflicting thoughts here. Just want to be more sure. Can't read that. Farmacia Real. Okay. I think... No, I still don't have... I'm still mulling this over. There's the tiniest part of me that thinks this is the lush part of Bolivia, but I know that's wrong. I know that's so wrong. I think this is Panama, Guatemala. Yeah, Miyoto's saying Mexico here. Zoe asking, how's this week, fam? Busy week. How was everybody else's? I didn't realize the water was in front of the camera. Miyoto saying not Panama or Guatemala car. Fair enough. Mexico does work. Sun to the north. The sun's just actually kind of directly above. Christopher Lexing leaning Panama. We have the Mexico front plates. And Miyoto saying can't be Panama. Sammy Marco saying got big math test on April 3rd. Which math is this? And horrific at math. Miyoto saying Panama has truck coverage. This is a car. I'm down with Mexico. If people are down with that. Cow crossing, no passing. I don't think we're gonna get much else here. Miyoto saying Mexico or Brazil because of the car. And the language was Spanish, not Portuguese, so it wouldn't be Brazil, and the thing is just being weird. Yeah. The Oasis of Cold Water, San Jose, Poliutla. I don't know why I can't get that. But yeah, that is 100% Spanish. Miyoto saying the sun being north would lead Brazil. I think the sun's more just directly above. Yeah, Miyoto saying it's Mexico. Does anyone object to that? I feel pretty decent about it. Sammy Marco saying pre-calc, sine, cosine, tangent, arithmetic with them, and also finding triangle sides and angles. Tons of fun. I do not envy you. I do not miss math classes. Zoe saying I trust Miyoto. Let's do it. Awesome. Love it. 39. Yay, random field. These are the best. Oh, boy. This is just... I love when this happens. It's just grass. And you're like, oh, wow. I wonder what kind... Okay, we'll put Bulgarian flag on the plane. Sammy Marco saying, okay, last full-on math class. Thank goodness. I mean, until Virginia Tech, though. And then... yeah, the crazy math classes. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Bulgaria. I feel like Bulgaria is safe here. The Bulgarian colors on the planes, unless it's a total coincidence. Yeah, so he's saying don't get me started on math. Worst subject. Objectively worst subject. Miyoto saying plane could be from outside the country. Very true, but there are two of them, which I think bodes well for it being Bulgaria. I think my hesitation is honestly just what if it's just the color scheme they've gone with, rather than it having any deeper meaning. Simon Marco saying, no, okay, nice. Don't have to do any math at Virginia Tech. Love it. Lucky you. Okay, come on. The little thing's being weird again. Absolutely love that for you. College math was... honestly, college math was hit or miss for me. I think the hardest one that this would line up. Dual script. It's not 100%, but that bodes well for Bulgaria. I think that the hardest college math class I took was the one I actually got the highest grade in, which was funny. But it was one of those It was so I had an A the entire semester. COVID hit, maintained the A, didn't do amazing on the final exam, ended with an A minus. But it was a Zoom final exam, and you could like see people Googling stuff on their phones. It was so frustrating. Very sad. But yeah. Miyoto saying, this doesn't feel like Bulgaria, then yes, it is Bulgaria. I think we're good with Bulgaria. How do people feel in Bulgaria? I feel like it's dual script, so it narrows us down to essentially Bulgaria, Serbia, North Macedonia. I'm missing somewhere else, aren't I? But, I mean, seeing the Bulgarian flags on the planes, in tandem with the dual script, I feel like that's kind of got it. Zoe's saying he'd start deciding on colleges, but I don't know if I like big cities or not. That's fair. I don't know what everyone else's experience was, but I know I was definitely happy to have gone to school in a big city. Would I pick the same school again? No. Would I absolutely go to school in a big city again? Absolutely. Like if I had to go back in time and do it again, I think it's definitely the right move if there are a lot of opportunities to have fun. I think you don't get as bored, at least from what I've heard from friends who went to like SEC schools. Christopher likes saying, I hated college math. True story. It took me 5 tries to pass. Woof. That sucks. 5 tries is intense. That's a full semester of just that class. Sammy Marco saying, I'd like to go to a big city college, but I don't have the money. It is expensive. It's very expensive. Often not worth the money, too. Yeah, Miyoto saying, just go Bulgaria. Can't be anything else. It's not Serbia or Macedonia. Yeah, I'm down for that. No objections. Nope, that's Romania. Going once. Going twice. Boom. Love it. 40. Sammy Marco saying, what school would you want to go to, not AU? And Zoe asking, which college did you go to? So I went to American in DC, as Sammy Marco is saying. And it's just like, I don't have a specific other school in mind that I would go to. It was just, AU was just kind of eh. If I had to go back and do it again, I'd apply to other schools and try to not go to American. Just, yeah. Sammy Marco saying, what don't you like about AU? The people. I also felt the education wasn't worth the price tag. But that's entirely my own opinion. Is this German? Or, yeah, Miyoto saying Swedish. Yeah, exactly, Sammy Marco. Other people say it's as well. Yeah, it's just, yeah. Only place I went, so I don't really have anything to compare it to, but yeah, just, I don't know. Sammy Marco asking, was it too liberal for you? No, I mean, like, politics aside, it was just, Yeah. Yeah, GW is definitely a better school. Also, this is 100% Sweden, right? Anyone object to that? GW is objectively a better school. I just didn't know it existed when I was applying to colleges. There's not really the focus on that stuff in the South. It's like I only knew football schools and a couple random scattered ones. Yep, .se. Any objections to that? Literal Swedish web address. I think we go for it. Love it. Sammy Marco saying too many rich kids from New Jersey at AU. Pretty. That's the demographic. That is it. That is 100% it. It's like a bubble. It's like a little bubble. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, Christopher like saying having conversed with the people at AU, they all are like, it is what it is. There's not a word you can put with it. Yeah, it's exactly like I don't know wouldn't know how I would describe it. It's just I'm just going back, doing it again. I would try my luck elsewhere. Just is what it is. Portuguese. Easy. Zoe saying Antarctica. Clearly, this is an Antarctic research station. Yep. Maintain. Yeah, I don't know. Government of the state of Sao Paulo. This is Brazil. Oop, there we go. Let's do it. Sammy Marco saying, I know a guy who did IR at AU, but the last 2 years at a Japanese university. He's cool. That sounds awesome. There are some cool people who went there. I mean, like, I have friends from college. But it's just, generally, it's just, Okay, well, that's Greek. So, Greece? Greek flag. Greek. English. Greek. Any objections to Greece? Menuet has joined the chat. Hello, Menuet. Good to see you in the chat. .gr. Let's do Greece. Real cliffhanger here. Whoa, it's Greece. That's crazy. Sammy Marco saying Cyprus. I don't think Cyprus has coverage, honestly. Also, this looks very dystopian. Let's go read the highway sign over here. Yep. Qatar. Love it. Yeah. Zoe and Sammy Marco both typing in all caps. You know it's intense. Yeah, this is let's go back to the start there. That is wild. And there's under 10 vehicles. There are more lanes than there are visible vehicles. Or, no, I guess there's a little cluster over here, but that is weird. Anyone object to Qatar? Wonder where we are. Yeah, Christopher like saying UAE is known for their expansive roads. Yeah, I've heard Dubai's a nightmare for public transit. Let's do Qatar. We are here at this mega like, whoa. This one's just a U-turn. This one's just fully oh no, I'm dumb. Ignore that. That's wild. Okay. Mediterranean. Feeling it. Right? Governador. Portuguese. That's not an EU plate, though. This might be Brazil for the 1000th time. Let's look. That's not an EU plate. That's a Brazilian plate. This is a Mercosur plate right here. So we're good. Sammy Marco saying Dubai has a few good metro lines, but other than that, They have it kind of, I don't know why, my brain said Middle East and just went there. They have yeah, that's what I thought. There's one that kind of follows the main highway. That's all I can think of. And then you gotta, I guess, figure it out from there. The friend that I'll be in Central Asia with in a few weeks was in Dubai last year, and he said it was a nightmare trying to get around. But any objections to Brazil? We've got Portuguese, Mercosur plates. There's kind of nowhere else it could be, really. Yeah, Mercosur plate. What's this up here? Yeah, we're forming the municipal school of Justino Pereira. Yeah, let's do Brazil. Boop. Love it. Salvador? No, Salvador's... Where's Salvador? There it is. A little north of there. Okay. This is new. Ah. Well, not much time needs to be spent here. I'm a little curious, though. I do want to look around a bit. So we know this is Nigeria, but just want to look around. This is an interesting town. Yep, Christopher likes saying Nigeria. Where in Nigeria is Bauchi? Zoe asking, how did you immediately know? In Nigeria, the police follow the Google car. So there's no real skill involved in the Nigeria ones usually, because you just look around and then you see this following you and you're like, well, clearly this is Nigeria. So that's why I'm looking around, because I am actually curious as to what's here. I want to see if we would have gotten it. Yeah, Bauchi State, Nigeria. Because it doesn't look like what I would typically associate with Nigeria, because we're definitely not in the south. We might be central. I would doubt north. Look at these goats. They're freaking out. But just curious about what's here. Yeah, Christopher likes saying Nigeria is one of the more fascinating places on Earth. It's definitely oh, look, they got a Vermont plate. Yeah, I do really want to go. I was looking at doing this one stupid trip. It's like July 4th weekend. It's a 3-day weekend. I think I would have done Thursday to Sunday. But flying New York to Lagos for a weekend, and it would have been entirely on points, and I thought that'd be super cool. And I'm still vaguely considering it, but there's so much that I have so much travel in the next, like, what month is it right now? I don't know what month. I have so much travel in the next 2 months that I want to not go anywhere in July. I want to just stay in New York and not move a muscle. I want to do that right now, but this is Japan. Christopher likes saying it, the attention we get being the only white dudes around. Yeah, that happened in Morocco for me. I don't know if you've been to Nigeria, but definitely have had that happen. Kat saying, I think Lagos is the only place in Nigeria that's not on a worst travel advisory for Canadians. Wait, so... Wait, what? I'm confused. Sammy Marco saying Reykjavik felt both super chill and a little insane. Really? How did it feel insane? Yeah, Menuet saying my first thought was Japan before you moved. Yeah, I feel like Japan has a very unique look to it. It's very, you spawn in, it's very clearly Japan. I don't know why I'm even still moving. I think we all know this is Japan. So, any objections to that? Zoe's heading off to bed. Good night, fam. Got a dip. See y'all next week. See you next week, Zoe. Cat saying it's the equivalent of the level 2 for the US. The entire country is like a level 3 or 4. Oh, okay. So it's... Okay, so it's saying Lagos is safer than the rest of Nigeria. That makes sense. Because, I mean, as much as I would like to visit Nigeria, there's a very clear line of, like, okay, well, this is the US or Canada. Like, Abuja's kind of as far north as I'm willing to go. Because I don't feel like meeting Boko Haram. Personal preference. But, yeah. Ow. Sammy Marker saying it's same because of the jet lag. Finding food, not totally there mentally. Gotcha. Yeah, I did see that on your video and you were trying to find food at BWI. And it was like the only place that actually met your dietary restrictions with McDonald's, which is wild. I think these are Connecticut plates, but I'm not super confident in that. It looks like the northeast. Oh, here we go. Bus. And the bus is gone. 651 area code. No idea where that is. US flag. Should be good enough. Where else do we have here? How much of a time difference was it between, DC and Reykjavik, Sammy Marco? Minoko. I've never seen this car wash, gas station before. It's all out. All right, well, that's helpful. We're in Minnesota. That's the Minnesota Wild logo. Perfect. I think that's the first time we've gotten a place based off of seeing the sports team. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm so tired. I feel like I'm not getting enough sleep each night, and it's just compounding. And at some point, I'm just gonna die. Like yesterday, I was genuinely just awful. Canadian flag. Yes. Okay. Sammy Marco saying 5-hour difference. I didn't realize it was that much. I assumed it was like maybe 4. Because for like saying Duluth, I did not notice, honestly. But yeah, Canadian flag. I usually associate this star with the U.S. People putting them up in their houses in the U.S., but I guess it's a Canadian thing too. Cat saying going to Europe, tend to fix my jet lag by just powering through lack of sleep and try sleeping on the correct time over there. Yeah, same. I feel like I'm just so bad at sleeping that I'm very good at adjusting to time changes, because it's just like my body's used to being sleep deprived, or no, my body's not used to being well rested. It's only used to sleep deprivation. But are we good with Canada? Any objections to that? Yeah, I remember you saying, Sammy Marco, you tried to sleep at 10 local time and couldn't, fell asleep at like 4 a.m. That's insane. Yep, .ca. I think we're good. Let's do it. Yep, Minuet saying no objection. Oh boy. Yeah, and I keep doing the big mistake. I basically need to learn how to say no. I feel like I just know 1,000 people in New York, and it's like every Friday, it's like, I'm not going to do anything. And then somebody texts at 10 p.m., and then you blink, and it's 4 a.m., and it's like, my weekend. And then you try to salvage the weekend by only sleeping like 5 hours, and then you're just dead on Saturday. And then that bleeds into Sunday, and then you're on the stream yawning. And it's like, a lot of just industrial stuff. I really have no idea where this could be. Cat sings, Sammy, once you do more traveling, you'll find ways to handle your jet lag. Yeah. I feel like it's an experience thing you get used to. It's so much. Like maybe even melatonin, or sometimes I'll have a drink or two if I know that I need to be like in bed traveling and I don't feel tired. I'll have it. Why are we going on the dirt path? Sammy Marco saying going out at 10 is crazy. 10's the normal time. It's but New York places just don't close. It's ridiculous. It's you just look down and it's a billion hours later. Sammy Marcus and Cats. I know it didn't help that Iceland sun doesn't come up till 10 a.m. It goes down at 5. Yeah, that's that. Oof. Christopher likes saying when my work schedule flips every other week, my sleep pattern's dog poo. How bad does it flip? Like a few hours or like nocturnal? And yeah, Sammy Marcos saying I was only there for 3 days. Ooh, what's that flag? I can't tell. Okay, here's Arabic. I think that could be a Moroccan flag. I don't know what people think. Sammy Marcos saying I'm often in bed by 10. I'm jealous. Do NYCers not value sleep? No, apparently not. At least not the ones that I hang out with. It's ridiculous. A great take. I'm going to have the best sleep of my life tonight after this. I took a 2-hour nap today too, and I'm still this. Cat saying when I was in uni, I was working night shift at a grocery store on weekends, then going to classes during the... You mean weekdays? Wait. Yeah. It was brutal. Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Weekdays, I mean. So, yeah, working night shift on the weekends and going to classes on the weekdays during the day. That's terrible. I don't know how you did that. I was talking to a friend earlier today about the level of, there's a mosque. The level of intensity you'd operate on in like high school and college, and how there's no way I could do it nowadays. Here we go. It's a UAE flag. Because we were talking about how in high school we were just busy from like 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. And it's like, there's no way I could imagine doing that nowadays. It's the same thing. It's just like college and high school. It's just insane. Life is so nice once that's all over. And Sammy Marco asking what uni did you go to? Cat saying University of Calgary. How do we feel about UAE here? So tired. It was in college, like my sophomore year, I used to just do an all-nighter each week, just for the sake of it. Just catch up on things, go exploring, do whatever. I'd go run at like 3 a.m. or something to keep me awake. It was psychotic, but fun. Yeah, Cat saying UAE send. Let's do it. Christopher like saying open 1 week at 7 a.m. next close at 10 p.m. Yeah, that's a bit of whiplash there in the hours. How do you manage that? That's gotta be... Why do I keep yawning? I'm so sorry. I know it's not .ru. It's probably Russia. I know I've yawned on the stream 1,000 times before, but I feel like it's just constant tonight. My body's shutting down. Cat saying, actually, I never did all-nighters while at uni, but I did wake up at 2 a.m. to study before exams. Yikes, waking up at 2 a.m. is almost worse. What time did you go to sleep at? And yeah, Cat saying Russia. Because I feel like I can manage like a 3 to 5 hour sleep night. But I can only get up if I absolutely have to. I can't do like 4 hours of sleep and then get up early. It has to be 4 hours sleep and then, class starts in 10 minutes. Cat's saying, I'm a morning person. I sleep at like 8 p.m. Gotcha. That's not bad then. So that's a good 6 hours. I feel like I mentioned this last week, but I got one of those sleeping apps that tracks, like, because I always round the numbers of, I went to sleep at around midnight, woke up at around 8. That's 8 hours. It actually tracks the actual minutes that you were asleep. If you get up and start doing stuff, it knows that you're awake and blah, blah, blah. And it was like, your average sleep time is 6 hours and 52 minutes a night. And I was like, ooh, that's not good. That's really not good. And I got a couple nights of almost 8 hours and was like, wow, I don't need a second cup of coffee. This is crazy. Life is really amazing when you actually sleep. We good with Russia? I feel like we saw the .ru on that truck. We've got Russian plates. Any objections? Christopher likes saying when they give you 1 day off in between those shift rotations. Yikes. Yeah, that sucks. Menuet saying no objection. Let's do it. Love it. Cat saying, actually just last week I tried to set my alarm at 3 a.m. so I can study some languages and work out in the morning before work. I know it's weird. No, that's like good for you, really. I was doing that in Tampa a bit before the move. I was getting up at 5 a.m. on some mornings just to get things done before work. And I've not done that since moving here. I haven't gotten up before like I absolutely have to here. Oh, look at that, Colombo. We're in Sri Lanka. That was easy. We love it. And yep, Cat's also saying .lk on the truck. Any objections to Sri Lanka? Let's go ahead and do it. Love it. It's not like the truck's leaving. It's an island. Unless there's a ferry, which there probably is. Feeling Peru. But that kind of looks like a Brazil jersey. Ooh, that's an interesting one, Sammy Marco. I heard there's a strategy of moving your sleep schedule to the place you're traveling to the week before. Have any of y'all done that? That's an interesting one. Trying to think. You know what I'm curious about now? Time converter. What would I have to do for Central Asia? Almaty. So, what? Say go to bed at midnight? Okay, cool. To go to sleep at 2 p.m. So that'll be me for the next week. 2 p.m. bedtime. But that is... I can see that being effective when it's not something like I don't know what that was, like a 8-hour difference. No, that's 10. There we go, Peruvian flag, like I said. W Dig saying we are so back, y'all. We are indeed so back. W Dig, I don't know if you've noticed on the March Madness tournament challenge, but we are neck and neck. We're both equally as bad. And I saw we both picked Florida to win it. So just evenly matched, I guess. But anyone object to Peru here? Sammy Marco saying like sleeping out 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. for the UK, 10 to 7. No, never done that. I'm always sleep deprivation route. Just don't sleep, and eventually when you do go to sleep, it'll reset. But let's do Peru. Christopher likes saying, work in a hardware store while trying to balance writing a book and helping the Florida high school football site. What kind of book are you writing? It's a wild lore drop. We're watching. That's ominous. This is the U.S. Blaze Way, Nocturne Drive. We're watching you on Nocturne Drive. It's really freaky. Ill Tired saying, I finally arrived. What's been going on? We're chatting about adapting to jet lag when traveling. And how about, yeah, there's the U.S. flag. And ways to do that. And yes, exactly, WD. Great minds think alike. We both know. We have the exact same score, like down to the point. It's really funny. And we both know Florida's going to win. It's fantastic. Oh, did they pull out a close one today? I haven't actually been watching. I watched one of the play-in games and then completely forgot March Madness was happening. Any objections to the U.S. for this? Yeah, Kat's saying I tend to do that. My European flights are in the evening, so before I fly, I wake up at 3 a.m. work out so I can fall asleep while on the plane. That's solid. That's okay, yep. Kat's and Menuet saying send. And then yeah, no, that's smart. That's better than what I do. I just kind of suck it up. I genuinely just chance it. There was one a few months ago where it was like the way there, I was just dead. I couldn't sleep. I was a zombie. And then the way back, I had the most amazing sleep in my life. I feel like it comes down to how well you sleep on the plane, at least in my experience. This also kind of feels like the U.S. Plate fits. Houses seem right. But yeah, W Dick saying you're up again because Maryland just hit a buzzer beater. Love it. Go Terps. We love UMD. Cat saying, yeah, okay, usually can't sleep on the planes. Tend to tire myself out in the day and take in less caffeine. That's smart. And yeah, Sammy Marco saying the only place I can sleep on is a bed. It's also fair. I do this weird thing where I bring down the tray table and I put my arms on that and then I sleep kind of on my arms. It feels fine. It's nice. Maybe not nice, but it's decent. Ill Tired saying my dinner was way complicated. Homemade fettuccine alfredo with broccoli, but with homemade pasta. Oh, that's so nice. I'm so jealous. I have to show you my chicken bag at some point. It's just chicken in a bag, and it's usually cold, unless it's the day I cooked it. Usually unseasoned too. Christopher likes saying it's a book about MBA trades. My research dates back to 1970, connecting trades with other trades, what I call the Oscar Robertson trade tree. So are you connecting, essentially? Are you kind of doing like a domino effect of how one trade has led to the entire rest of the MBA trades? Because that sounds awesome. That sounds like a really fun thing to map out. Yeah, Kat saying I always chance it too. Next month I'll fly to the UK and attend a wedding the next day after I arrive there. Yeah, exactly. It's just... sometimes you just gotta YOLO it. That's... going to the UK in end of May, early June now. And I'm just gonna get on the plane, fall asleep, hope it's enough sleep, and just kind of suck it up. Hope I can fall asleep the next night. And yeah, good point, Menuet. It looks like the US, but could be Canada, and Katz is getting Canada vibes here. Old Tired saying you just need to save up your points and fly in business class. You'll have a bed. That is a good point. That's honestly... I have a gripe with business class. I think I've done it transcontinentally like twice, and I'm too tall to fit comfortably in the bed, so I have to go into kind of fetal position, and it's honestly kind of worse than just being in the normal seats. Oh, good point. The speed signs, let's look for those. I feel like there's definitely some down here. Maximum 70. That has to be kilometers. This is Canada. Yeah, so good catch, Menuet. Very good catch. Yeah, everyone's saying that. Any objections? Christopher likes saying, FYI, the Oscar Robertson trade tree is still alive today with a... Wow. 1,300 trades made to date. That's insane. The book details some of the backstories of the trades and profiling some of the players. That's awesome. Definitely, once you're done, definitely send us a link in the Discord. But it seems people are good with Canada, so let's do it. Love it. It's not Alberta, as Katz is saying. It's very straight for Quebec. It's weird. But we move on. Sand Beach Volley. Where were we in the chat? So right-hand drive, English here, a little thrown. But Kat saying, yeah, if I have jet lag when I arrive there, it's a good opportunity to have coffee. Yeah, gotta love coffee. I love coffee. Now I want a coffee, but it's 9:30 p.m. and I think my body would actually just evaporate if I had coffee at this point. General San Martin, who was the liberator of Argentina, Chile, and Peru, probably also Uruguay, because I think that's the Uruguayan highway signs. Sammy Marco asking you, and you have videos of your travels coming, not just the big one you're talking about. There are a few videos coming. I'm waiting for one thing, and then I will explain what the next few videos are. It sounds cryptic, but I guess it's kind of supposed to be, but yeah, there are a few videos coming that have already been filmed. Actually, I guess it looks more like the Argentinian ones. Yeah, it's in the... I honestly plan to have that in like a bit of a bow by the next stream. If not the next one, then the one after. We'll see. But I'll explain it all then. Kat saying never rode business class. Honestly, overrated. It's... unless you can get it for like, $20 extra, then it's like, haha, funny. But other than that, I don't feel like it's worth it. And Sammy Marco asking, how tall are you? Only 5'11". Almost 6 foot. That's a better way to put it. Almost 6 foot. But yeah, so not absurdly tall. It's that it just genuinely didn't fit me. It was annoying. Boo boo boo, catching up. Also, yep, WDig, shout out Lightning. Yeah, it is too cold in the apartment, so I have to wear a hoodie. It is actually freezing. Is it my fault because I left the window open for 3 days? Maybe. That's not the point. It is cold. But Cats and WDig saying hello to each other. And Cats, of course, going to Europe next month, including Basil. Basil? I think it's Basil. Basil's the spice. Right? Do I have those correct? I'm also convinced that this is Argentina at this point. I need to look at a license plate. Christopher likes saying I'm almost... license plate. Come here. That's an Argentinian plate. That's 100%, no doubt in my mind at all, 100% an Argentinian plate. Anyone object to that? 100%. Yes, Cat saying Argentina then. Anyone else? Give it a second. Okay. Love it. Yeah, WDig saying hype for you. Take lots of pictures from the Euro Village. I didn't know they had a... Like, I assume that's kind of like an Olympic Village type thing, but for Eurovision. Ooh, excuse me. Christopher likes saying I'm almost done with my 7th chapter. In the process, I'm also documenting all my resources I use, which also takes time. Wow. If you're interested in reading the first chapter, let me know. I'll definitely bug you about that in a few weeks. I have 3,000 things happening right now, but once the 3,000 things stop happening, I will bug you about that. That sounds awesome. Trying to figure out that plate. Oh, okay, WDig. Less for the artists, more for the fans. There's a stage for random concerts. That's awesome. Who does the random concerts? Do they like bring people in, or is it like karaoke? Oh, Nigeria follow car. Look at that. If only a turnaround. I did not think this was Nigeria. That's out of nowhere. Well, any objections to Nigeria? Cats plan to go to 10 countries while there. I forget, are you doing your... is it the same trip as the wedding in England? Like, is that all one big lump, or... What's your thing there? Freezite saying, hi all, how's everyone doing tonight? What'd I miss? Not much, just chatting about Eurovision, jet lag, that kind of stuff. You know, the fun. How was the move? Are you back in the States now, Freezite? WDig saying, okay, mostly current class. Okay, alums, local celebs, gotcha. Makes sense. Okay, and yeah, same trip as the UK wedding, makes sense. Save on the airfare, but let's go ahead and do Nigeria. The follow car, love it. And Kat saying, yeah, after the UK, I want to visit 3 new countries, then go back to Italy to visit a friend. Love that for you. This is a big year for travel for everybody. Sam Marcus saying, how do y'all travel so often? It's airline points. Definitely airline points. I booked the trip to the UK in May, June. Chase Venture wouldn't let me book Delta, which was the cheapest and most convenient flight. So to do it on Chase, which I have less points on, so it did actually cost like $200 to do round trip, but not the point. Also, Rwanda? And Freezite saying, yeah, would what happened to the country, the state of affairs. It's feels like I don't know, someone's rolling a dice every day to decide what happens. It's not going to comment much on it, but it's definitely just, you just never know what's going to happen. Apparently, there was talk yesterday of joining the Commonwealth of Nations, which was really funny. But yeah, W Dig sandwich free, too much. And Kat saying, I save money, like not owning a car, not eating out much. I have no social life here in Canada. Yeah, that's any way you do it. It's got to be done. I was saving so much money before I moved, and now I know a whole different thing. I'm pretty sure this is Rwanda. Freezette saying I rob banks, Swiss banks. Ill Tired saying I have points, but still struggling to use my time before it expires June 30th. Yikes. 11 more days to use, topped out at 33 days a year. That's good. It's a good thing when you work somewhere where it's like, I struggle to hit all my PTO. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying I only work 2 days a week right now because of school. Yeah, I imagine in your situation it's going to be a lot harder than it is for the rest of us. All right, we have a very limited range here. I am decently confident in this being Rwanda. I don't know what others think. Yeah, yeah, you're putting it perfectly. It feels like a choose your own adventure, but someone else is making the choices. Yeah, it's just random. Kat saying, exactly. Hopefully once you're done with school, you can travel more. Started traveling when you started your job 11 years ago and been to 69 countries now. Yeah, like, I'm sure most of us didn't really start going places until after college. Freeside's saying I think I should have stayed back. And yeah, Menuet talking about Turkey. I mentioned that earlier. I didn't read much of it. I literally read it on a bench for like 2 minutes earlier today, waiting for the subway, the whole Istanbul mayor in prison thing. Yeah, Kat saying I intentionally aimed for the nice number. But, ooh, okay. Chat's going wild. Yeah, Sammy Marco saying 33 days of PTO is wild for the US. Yeah. That is pretty nice. I know my place is good, but 33 is high. I think we max out at like 32. But what's it? Yeah, Christopher likes saying one of my favorite stories in the book so far was a trade between Celtics and Buffalo Braves. It was the trade that kept... Oh, I didn't know there was a trade that kept them from moving to California and the Braves to San... That's so wild. That's so weird. How did that... I'm even more interested in this book now. Christopher like. Sammy Marco saying, yeah, hope to study abroad, but won't know about that until... Yeah, you got to get into college first. And Freezite harassing Sammy Marco about a shout out. Tired saying, summer after freshman year, taught English in Paris one summer, studied abroad in Beijing, was traveling before I even got out. That's good. That's nice and early. I love that for you. Okay. Can I do Rwanda here? Are we okay with that? I think it's Rwanda. Yeah, Freezite saying one day I'll post a story from Google Engineer when I was at KSA, maybe in the Discord. Would love to hear that. I'm just so interested in what you were doing, like your adventures in Saudi. Just seems so interesting. Is it Wonder saying, yeah, same. Did a summer study abroad in Japan when I was in college. Potentially a really cheap way to travel. True. Like if you go somewhere where you have the accessibility to get other places nearby, it's a really good opportunity. All right, I'm doing Rwanda. Ha! Big brain. Yeah, Menuet saying I have no guess, so go for Rwanda. Absolutely killed it. Absolutely killed it. Cat saying well done for Rwanda. Thank you. We love it. Neil Tired saying, oh, went to Russia for some of my thesis research. So that added to it. Extremely jealous. I really, really, really want to go to Russia once everything is, said it 1,000 times. But Freezite saying, by the way, the book I'm writing starts in the lounge of the TF Green Airport in Providence. Someday, I guess. With multiple authors in the chat. Also, obviously, if you write a book, definitely put a link to it in the Discord. Goes for everybody. Sammy Marco saying, hey Siri, remind me to shout out Freezite in a video. Yeah, Freezite's not welcome back to Saudi Arabia. Darn. Yeah, W Dick saying Faroes or Iceland. Menuet saying the same. I would agree. Freezite saying the book's more like the ramblings of a madman. Christopher Like saying the Celtics and the Braves swapped players and owners. Okay. NBA basically gave them the finger. Braves became the San Diego Clippers. Okay, that makes sense. I'm getting it now. I'm getting it. That's weird. Huh. The major sports leagues, before they actually became, the established behemoths they are today, have interesting histories. Freezite saying, no, don't want to... No, I feel like Freezite gets the individual shout-out. If one happens, which, don't do that. Menuet saying, leaning towards Pharaoh. I don't know. I really can't. I can't choose one over the other right now. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying Pharaoh as well. Freezite's still obsessed with the shout out. I mean, if people... Yeah, El Tired saying it's more fjord-like than Iceland, if I had to guess. If people are down for it, we can keep looking, we can do Pharaoh. This is a democracy. Where sometimes there was one time where it was undemocratic, if I remember correctly. Cat saying I might go Pharaohs too. What do we? It's poll o'clock. Start a poll. Freezite saying a Chinese democracy. I wouldn't even say that. It is, I don't actually, I can't think of something similar. Also, because I'm genuinely having trouble writing the phrase "keep looking" on the poll. That took 3 tries. I spelled that wrong 3 times. My body is shutting down. I'm on the verge of death on this road in the Faroe Islands, potentially. Let's see what's the poll at. Right now it's a sweep for the Faroes. Menuet saying the only thing giving me pause is that the road is so close to the water. Well, let's see if there's any instances of that. Oop, too far. Could be this road here. I mean, it looks like a lot of the roads are pretty close to the water. So, Pharaoh has a pretty commanding majority here. I'll give it a couple more seconds. Christopher likes saying Iceland for me. I'm not sold. This is stressful. This is really stressful. Keep looking was an option, and only one person did it. All right. This is stressful. I want someone else to click the mouse for me. W. Dick saying, I say we go Denmark. This is rough, but the people have voted 71% in favor of the Faroe Islands. Are the people correct, or is democracy a sham? Democracy is a sham. It's Iceland. Menuet saying, well, then keep looking. Too late. Sammy Marco saying, we're dumb. W. Dick saying, no, not the sham. Menuet saying, well, it's, yep. Christopher, like, you were the lone Icelander. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Alright. We can do the normal map again. I don't know how I couldn't find the... Oh yeah, let's do Christopher's map. Rather than get involved in a new thing with 13 minutes left. Where's the map? World. Yep. Explores map by Christopher Like on GeoGuessr. Oh, we're seeing some conflicting. We're also seeing states, New York map. I feel like this is best for getting everybody involved. I don't know New York well enough yet to get all the small towns. I'm learning though. I was studying a New York State counties map recently, so I'm getting there. I'm going to be a true New Yorker. End of the year. There's it's not even going to be gradual. There's going to be 1 week. You all log on, and I'm going to sound like Long Island Italian. You're going to have no idea that I've ever even been to Florida, other than like a Boca Raton resort. No, not challenge mode. Wait. Move. How do I... Okay, I guess... Oh, wait. No, that's why it's doing it. Single. WD saying coffee, exactly. I feel like that sounds more Boston. Freeside saying I'm going to be so proud. It's... Okay, is this Ankara? This is Turkey, right? It's... Watch the accent happen. I will be so upset if the accent happens. If I pick up a Long Island Italian accent. He says, I'm walking here, I'll cheer. I think I did make that joke the day I moved in. I was walking down the street, and I was like, I'm walking here. What a great moment. Nobody really has that accent in Manhattan, though, which is a shame. Long Island. Exactly, Freesite. It's... Yeah, Kat is saying Ankara. Was gonna go out to Long Island in like a week and a half, because the Lightning are in town, but my friend who's an Islanders fan bailed. So, no longer gonna be... Nice. There's a world where I go alone, but I don't know if I want to wear like the away team's jersey by myself. Oh no, Caribbean. Oh no. Sammy Marcos saying Ewan's going to become one of the Long Island, New Jersey rich kids he met at AU. Minus the rich part. We're just chilling. We're chilling. Cat saying St. Kitts. Okay, we can move. That's good. Yeah, English, left-hand drive. It's a dude with a 360 cam. It's fantastic. A little bridge here. It's cool. W. Dig saying St. John's, Antigua. That makes sense because there was a sign up here that said St. John's. But Kat's saying this is Basseterre. It's saying East St. John's. I don't know what that says, but W. Dig saying my mom is from Long Island. She still talks like that. That's fair. That's so funny. Oh, here we go. Is your mom still on Long Island? What flag is that? I don't know the Caribbean flags. I don't know. Is that St. Kitts? Yeah, that's the St. Kitts flag. Yeah, Cat's saying that's the cruise port in St. Kitts. All right. Next question. Donde está? Should start learning the Caribbean. Here we go. Basseterre. Here's the bridge. So we are about there. Yep. Love it. Oh, is this Suriname again? I think so. Brazil player. Yeah, immediate soccer player. I can't read that. Sick. This is Suriname. I just saw the copyright down here. It's Suriname 360. We got this one last week. So let's skip it. Freesite saying Neymar. I wasn't sure if that was Neymar or not, honestly. I really couldn't tell. Freetown Road, Sierra Leone. Oh, is it just this? I'm pretty sure this is... Freetown Road, that is massively helpful. Cat's saying, yeah, it might be Sierra Leone. What do others think? Sammy Marcos saying, what US or Canada cities do y'all want to go to that aren't major ones? I want to go to Pittsburgh and Salt Lake City. Honestly, I've been to both. I've been to Pittsburgh in like 10 years, but I did really like it when I went. Same thing with Salt Lake City. I think Salt Lake City's severely underrated. I really liked it. In terms of places I'd like to go, I've not been to most of New England. I'd like to see Burlington, Vermont, Portland, Maine. That'd be cool. Yeah, W. Dixon, it's a little too easy, but what if it really is that easy? What if it's this simple? What if it is this simple? Cat saying, yeah, go to Calgary, Sammy. I am interested in the Canadian, like, middle Canada. I've heard not to go to Winnipeg, but... Oh, you know where I want to go? Churchill seems interesting. In Manitoba. And, yeah, exactly, Christopher, like, not much coverage there. That was a clue. Also, I made a whoopsie and I looked at the copyright again, and this is correct. Africell, Sierra Leone. But we knew it. It didn't like totally spoil it because we knew it. Freeze, who are you talking about? Dude sucks always getting hurt right after Carnival. Sure, buddy, sure. What are you talking about? Sammy Marcos saying I want to go to Calgary Cats and Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver would be cool. Freezite saying Burlington's worth going. Beautiful. I really want to see Burlington. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, Cat saying, yeah, exactly. Should say there's a spoiler again for the coverage. Well, whoops. Still pretty lucky we got Freetown Road. W. Dick saying, OMG, yes, I feel like you have a Burlington vibe. Positively. Thank you. I'm glad you put the positively in there because I feel like that could be taken the wrong way. Oh boy, this one's interesting. Yeah, oh yeah. Freezite saying I want to go to Churchill. Jinx. I want to pet a polar bear. Exactly. I want to see a polar bear. I don't want the polar bear to see me, but I want to see a polar bear. Okay. I'm not looking at the copyright. Water bottle's going in front of it. I can't see it. Yeah, Menuet saying I enjoy Vancouver. Ooh, Quebec City. Yes, Quebec City. That's a good one. I do really want to go to Quebec City. Yeah, Cat saying Churchill's expensive to go to, I'd imagine. Freezite saying Neymar. Where's Neymar again? Is Neymar back? I don't see him. Il Tired saying when you go to Montreal, we can drive back via Vermont and visit. Yo. I will, no spoilers. Sammy Marcosin, wonder which of y'all lives closest to me. It might be you, and I think there's a strong Jersey representation in the chat. Normally, we really just have these two things. Yeah, Restaurante. Oh, Neymar goes partying, then gets hurt. Gotcha. Yeah. That's funny. I think that's Portuguese. The C has the little tail underneath it. But yeah, Cat saying maybe Spanish. Yeah, or Portuguese. W. Dixon agreed for the Hudson River, Albany, Burlington, Montreal, Quebec road trip. That sounds nice. That does sound really nice. I've heard it's expensive, like renting a car and staying upstate now, though. Yeah, Sammy Marcos saying Ocean City, New Jersey is where you went to the beach as a kid. W. Diggs, North Central, but work in Newark. Yeah, we've talked about this. Newark underrated, honestly. Menuet. Oh yeah, Banff. Banff would be good. Ooh, excuse me. Il Tired said, wonder if you know someone who lives in upstate New York and speaks French. Fair enough. Okay. So we're coming up to 10. So we either Cat saying Portuguese Sao Tome or Cabo Verde. Could also be this is not Angola, it's too small. I don't think it's Mozambique. I think you're right, it has to be Sao Tome or Cabo Verde. What are people thinking there? Wanderer saying I'm in Maryland now, but worked in Newark for a while. Yeah, Newark on the rise. Yeah, not a bad place. I honestly, I don't really leave Manhattan much because it's not even a pretentious thing. I'm just lazy. I just can't be bothered. But I do like Newark. So, Freezite saying this could be Brazil, red soil. Christopher Lex saying not Brazil. Freezite saying northeast Brazil probably. So the thing is, it's capitals only. So this isn't Brasilia. I almost said Sao Paulo. This isn't Brasilia. Yeah, which Katz is saying. Joel Freak, of course, joins right as I say that I don't, that I refuse to leave Manhattan. Don't love us here on Long Island, I understand. I was literally just saying like 10 minutes ago about how I was going to go to the Islanders game when they play the Lightning in a week and a half, but my friend bailed. So I was going to go to Long Island. But yeah, Wander saying there's a growing art scene in Newark. I've actually heard that from a colleague. Freeze, I'd send you and turning into a New Yorker. No, that's Italian. I don't know why I'm doing that. But it is 10 p.m. What are we thinking? Are we doing... I'll do a poll. So, let's call it Sao Tome, Cabo Verde, Cabo Verde, other/wait. Start poll. Yeah. Ooh, Joel Freak's gonna have to fly to Croatia and New Zealand before I see you next, probably. Wow. Dude lives an awesome life. Very jealous. Are you doing, so you're doing like states to Croatia and then New Zealand from Croatia, or are you then, is it, states, Croatia, states, New Zealand, states? But just coming in to say hi. Appreciate the hello. Good to see you in the chat. I'm seeing we've got 67% on other/wait. So we will put a pin in it then for the week. Okay, back next weekend, then going to New Zealand just for 3 days. That is insane. How are you dealing with the jet lag for that? That is. Yeah, exactly. Well, logically, how else would you go to the other side of the world? Why else would you? Yeah. 3 days, nothing. Duh. But that is it. Ooh, wait, it says I've lost internet connection. That's weird. I'm assuming I haven't. But with that, I will see you all next week. I believe that is our, let me just look at the calendar. Yeah, so next week we have stream normal time. Week after that, we'll be in Kazakhstan, so there will be no stream, and then the week after that it's moved to the Wednesday, and that is all in the calendar on the Discord if you get confused. But with that, thank you as always for joining. Tons of fun, and I will see you all next